As you were a mom and kind of looking for these stories, how did that lead to you becoming the writer that you are today?
So at the same time that I became a mom, I started writing for children, doing some books for Scholastic book clubs. So I was writing for different series that highlighted different things like space or spies or a Peanuts Guide to Growing Up. And it was a really fun time for me to learn how to write for kids, and it was almost like a research project because I got to study something fascinating and then write about it. But at the same time, like I mentioned, I was looking for these other stories and not able to find them. And the books that I could find about Muslim culture or even Pakistani culture felt very foreign. A lot of them were published overseas, had characters that were not American, or were more reference-y type books, or books written by Muslims for Muslims about how to practice the faith. And I really was looking for stories, and specifically when I went to my son's preschool, he had a teacher it was a teaching assistant who was a Pakistani American, and she said, "I'm going to have a celebration for Ramadan, so how about you come and maybe bring a treat?" And so I was so excited thinking back to when I was a kid, and that was something that never happened. And so here my 3-year-old son was going to have, the entire class celebrate Ramadan. So that was exciting. And when I arrived, she was making some treats, and I brought some treats, and then she had some pages that she had printed off the internet. And she said, "Maybe you can read these to the kids." And I was feeling shy, and I didn't. And so she started reading, and I was watching the children's reaction, and she was talking about, from a very heavy religious perspective, what Ramadan meant, and she was talking about using words like revelation and the gates of heaven and all these things, and these kids were they were 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and they were just completely tuning out. Their eyes were glazed over, and I felt so sorry for them, and I was wishing that I had volunteered to actually read it, because I would have edited as I was reading. And that's when I really thought, we need a story about Ramadan that is accessible to children from the perspective of a child, that doesn't focus on the religious significance of it, just like books about Christmas don't focus on the religious aspect, but more the celebratory, elements that every kid can relate to. So that was the idea behind Night of the Moon, which was the first book I published about my background. And that's how it all started. But it was really a direct experience that prompted that one. And then, of course, from that, I realized how much there was a need for books like this, and how it was great to see people respond to it and recognize that it was something that had been missing and that they found useful.